NFL teams have unveiled their schedules, and it is a big topic of discussion. We are joined this morning by CBS Sports HQ analyst Emory Hunt to help us break it down. Good morning, Emory. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, guys. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Okay, so I think the big headline is the 9 international games, and around here there's one that people are particularly interested in. That's the Niners going all the way to Australia to play. I'm curious, do you feel like, because they gave them, I think, like 14 days before the game and 10 days off after the game, is that enough time for the Niners and the Rams, for that matter, to recover and adjust and go on with the rest of their season?
No. What's funny about that is that we saw that now the Niners have taken on this persona of Carmen Sandiego, because they have to go to Australia, then they have to go to Mexico City, then they got to go back and forth across the East Coast and West Coast. Man, they are going to travel over 38,000 miles this season, and this is the first time we've seen the game over in Australia. So I will be interested to see how that plays out on the body for San Francisco, because you know the whole thing now about the 49ers is that substation that they got to deal with right next to the stadium and their practice facility. So now you combine that with this travel, it's going to be interesting.
Maybe that's the silver lining, though. They couldn't get farther away from the electrical substation next to the practice facility. How about the Raiders and their schedule? Anything stick out to you? Because for me, I saw it was one of the tougher schedules in the league, and they weren't that good last year.
Well, I like the Raiders team, how it's compiled this season. I think they can be competitive. But what really stood out to me was the lack of primetime games. These are the Raiders. This is one of the teams, the landmark teams in the NFL. You expect to see them in prime time, whether they're good or bad. People want to watch the Raiders, especially when you add the first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner, new head coach, and no primetime games for the Raiders. That was the biggest thing that stood out to me about their schedule.
So the Patriots last year had a notoriously weak schedule, ended up riding it all the way into the playoffs and then eventually the Super Bowl. Do you see a team this year that could be this year's Patriots, meaning that they would benefit from essentially a weak schedule?
How about the Cleveland Browns? I feel like the Browns, when you look at what Shedeur Sanders did last year in the 7 games, they went 3-4, and they were playing with a World League roster out there. And now you add a better, talented roster around him with confidence going into the season, and a coach in Todd Monken that's a fantastic football coach with that defense that was still very good in the first place schedule, or last place schedule, so they're first in terms of the easiest schedule, quote unquote. Even though we know it's a week-to-week league, the Browns have enough, I feel like, to be that surprise team to win 10 games, get into the playoffs, and all you need is a chance when you're in the postseason.
But you forgot about the biggest hurdle there. They have to overcome being the Browns.
Well, I will say this. One thing about the Browns last year, I became a fan of the white helmets. I don't like the brown helmets. I don't like the all brown uniforms. So if they can continue to freshen up the Browns' plain look, I think they got something cooking out there.
I'm a fan of the all-white uniforms. Okay, so the schedule release videos that teams put out now have become a big thing. I'm a Chargers fan. They're kind of known for having top-notch schedule release videos. I particularly like this year's because there's a little Easter egg where they tweak the Patriots about the whole Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini thing, where they say you got a message from the New York Post. Do you have a favorite schedule release video from this year?
I thought the Titans one was outstanding, where they found lookalikes on the street.
Yeah.
That was the best one, because I felt like everybody was waiting for the Chargers to go full Charger and dive into the Patriots game. They kind of took it easy on them, so I'll give them a B+. But the Titans got an A+ for the folks that they found, the Mendoza guy, the Scatterbo guy. I thought that was well done by Tennessee.
Emory Hunt, thank you very much. You can see him on CBS Sports HQ, which is streaming 24/7 on Paramount Plus and CBSSports.com. Thank you, man.